all the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to this second episode of Buttons That Need to Be Checked. Technically, it's the first one, because the first one, or the one earlier today, was a sponsored video. We had this really cool mouse that's on sale right now. If you guys rock with that, I appreciate it. If you don't, I'm just glad you're here right now. So anyway, chapters down below, sub button right there, on the race to 75K. We're so close, but either way, we got two hot buttons to check right now. I should say two different videos for one big story. So without further ado, let's get these buttons. Let's go. All right, now into them first set of Capcom is killing Street Fighter 6 buttons that need to be checked. So this has been a discussion for a while, but now I noticed somebody by the name of Beam the Gamer. His information down below. Definitely check him out, show him some love. He posted this video just yesterday, getting some traction. So I thought, let's unpack to see what this guy is saying, because right after I saw Maximilian around the same time, or actually maybe a couple of days ago, but you know what I'm trying to say. Max posted another video around the same topic, so we're gonna get those back to back and kind of unpack everything. Let's go.
That completely ruined the game for me, and the neglect that Capcom is showing to this game is ridiculous. What pushed me to make this video is MDZ Jimmy's recent video of him talking about making Capcom Cup pay-per-view, which is one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen, easily. Why would you lock your main audience behind a paywall for your most prestigious tournament ever? It makes no sense. The winner gets $1 million, but well, yeah, we're not gonna make you watch it. You're gonna have to pay for it, just like a UFC event. Like, it makes no sense. I swear I don't understand.
Even UFC is not going to be pay-per-view anymore, which is the crazy thing.
Just because they're monopolizing the fighting game industry. Tekken is not doing so great. Mortal Kombat is dead. So who are they going to compete with? They could do whatever they want, right? Just to make this clear before anyone says that, yes, they released 7 Outfit 4s, which is still pathetic. The content in Street Fighter 6 has been extremely stale. More than I can imagine. I thought this game was gonna change fighting games forever, genuinely. Before this game came out, the hype that it had, the expectations that I had for it, I guess I was wrong for expecting good stuff out of Capcom. But I thought that by the time a year would go by, we'd have like so many outfits for so many characters. We're probably gonna get GTA 6 by the time this game has a decent amount of skins. It's actually silly. I don't even know how this is even passable. Not to mention the pricing of the outfits in Street Fighter 6, completely outrageous in comparison to Street Fighter 5. And it's gonna continue to be this terrible. Just a reminder that when you wanna buy outfits in Street Fighter 6, you have to buy a bundle of coins, fighter coins, as far as I remember. And you literally can't get enough fighter coins to cover one skin. So you have to get more fighter coins to just get at least 2. So you can't buy one outfit, you have to buy 2, and that's gonna cost you more. In Street Fighter 5, you'd get like a bundle for way cheaper than that. It makes no sense. If I assumed that Street Fighter 6 was gonna do well, then they're probably gonna give lots of content, right? They're probably gonna support the game. But no, they're not. The loyal viewers that keep coming and watching, I recognize your names, and for that reason, this is the only reason I upload. Genuinely, I'm sick of this game. I want it to change. I'm saying this out of love for the game. I love Street Fighter. It's a great game, but it's being extremely neglected, and Capcom is letting it die.
Damn, we'll stop it right there. All right, Beam the Gamer. Link down below. Definitely check out the full video and his content as well. This is my first time learning about him. The thing that caught my eye, he's not the first to say this. We've been hearing this echoed for a while, and even the louder voices, like the pros, the more notable ones, have been saying the same thing. A lot of them from the beginning have been like, this is a good game. We like the game. It just has a lot of weird shit in it. And then it's lackluster as far as the content. How can we as the community figure out better ways to do it than y'all? As far as like how to raise the money and not having to do the paywall for Cap Cup and all this other stuff, the skins, like how do we know the damn formula by now? But it seems like you're I guess Capcom has grown too big to where there's now different departments, and you've got the director and the creator, but like, we don't even know who the esports department is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have pull like we used to. But yet the game is so successful. People love it. You even heard Beam say it. He was like, I like Street Fighter, right? It's just, it's getting so stale. They're obviously not listening, and it's crazy how such a great game, one could say the game that revitalized everything, because we all know Street Fighter V was dog shit. Maybe not how it ended, obviously. Maybe not how it ended, but for a big part of its lifespan, it was dog shit. So when Street Fighter 6 came, we all know it was a breath of fresh air. People were like, shit, this is the game. It's going to bring us back to our roots. It reminds us of 4, all this other stuff. And it had a great launch. A lot of great gameplay, a lot of hype moments, but unfortunately the game itself is like, we're just kind of scratching our heads saying, where are we going with this? Now, when I see some of his comments down below, some are like, Capcom logic, bad Street Fighter game, Street Fighter V. Let's make a lot of content for the gameplay changes. Good Street Fighter game, Street Fighter 6. Let's do nothing. Lack a lot of content and lack gameplay changes. Underneath that, Capcom being a large Japanese company with a long history, is part of this. Street Fighter 6 huge in Japan, so there will be a why bother attitude in the higher ups. Then some more right here saying, this is the most Tekken 8 title I've ever seen, haha. And Capcom said there would be a lot of content when they announced 6 million sales. Let's hope that's true. Actually, that's my first time hearing this. I didn't know that. So yeah, let's hope that's true. But speaking of the devil, of the 6 million sales, Maximilian just recently dropped a video saying Street Fighter just won't stop. And in the thumbnail, it says 6 million sales or 6 million. Check it out.
Doing it, which is a big deal, man. No, 6 million units isn't the most for a Street Fighter game ever. No, that's going to go back to Street Fighter 2 Arcade and Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo for an individual version, right? And we would be about the second version into the game right now. We'd be about through the second version. So all I'm saying is that everyone's expectations from most folks that don't necessarily have the perspective of what makes a successful fighting game and what constitutes a successful fighting game, all have these ideas that like we could be bigger, things could be bigger, we should have more. And for someone with this like perspective from the fighting game community, y'all are doing so good right now, bro. Y'all are doing so ridiculously good right now. Just chill, you know? The game is likely the healthiest fighting game we've seen in a very long time. Like, I'd say since Dragon Ball FighterZ and Mortal Kombat 11. Since, no kidding, pre-pandemic, I think Street Fighter 6 is the most successful player base and everything, like, fighting game that has launched in the past 5 years. Like, actual 5 years. And then there's wild success stories, like, somebody just argued, was Tekken 3 the best-selling fighting game of all time that was, like, not a Smash or Mortal Kombat? And yeah, it was, until Tekken 7 beat it. Tekken 7 ended up selling more than Tekken 3 in the end. Is a true massive success story. People sort of don't understand how big Tekken 7 was, which is why, you know, some of the stuff that's going on with Tekken 8 right now, that game's gonna have to go through some changes still. They're still going through changes, you know what I mean? All I gotta say is that I don't have the time personally to invest every waking moment into any one single fighting game. I'm a grazer, bro. I have to graze like everything and be good at everything without actually playing it. And at least Street Fighter 6 is a game that, yeah, I can see.
The curse of the content creator. The curse of the streamer, right? The curse of the family man, of the busy person, right? I'm a grazer. I don't got time to sink my teeth into everything like I used to back in my younger days. I have to try to be a little decent at everything, play a little this, little that, little that, because I'm a content creator, right? I got stuff going on is what I'm trying to say.
Is at high level 100%. But the crazy part about it, with the success that it's had, is that the game holistically has not really changed that much since it came out. For 2.5 years, Street Fighter 6 is still the game it kind of was when we were first playing those betas back in like 2022. Like, let's be real, like, we played a lot of that beta, and I've put like 500 to 600 hours, and you many more, into these games, right? And bro, even in comparison to the beta, things have had minor adjustments on some characters and stuff, but really, like, it is the same game, and it has managed to sell and perform as good as it has from like a competitive environment, from the sake of it having viewership and all that kind of stuff. It hasn't even gone through its big shakeup yet, right? Is that going to happen? I think it will. And I thought it was going to happen in this latest season. It didn't. So I wouldn't be surprised if it possibly does in the next. But yeah. Would you have wanted more changes? Sure. I like shakeups, man, just in general. I think, from me personally, like, it's doing just fine. So it's not like they need to shake things up a little bit. Just having something like a refresh to interfaces and menus, which is the entire point of what we did on MVCIB, made it feel completely new because everything looked a little bit different, right? Even fresh things like that will do a lot. Not to mention like mechanical shakeups, right? We're not adding a V-shift or anything like that anytime soon. That has not happened. But there absolutely should be some sort of consideration made of like, okay, so is this the time to do it? Is this not the time to do it? What do you mean by shakeups? So your core fundamental understanding of the game will be challenged. It'll still mostly play like 90% the same game, but for some people, they could come back and play Street Fighter 6 with a update that changes mechanical differences, like a mechanical update that adds something or changes something, maybe makes the game a little bit less crazy guess heavy on Oki and stuff like that. Sure, that could happen. Maybe throws aren't as powerful in some way. Yeah, that would change stuff a lot. That could be a thing that would shake the game up, that would sort of reevaluate of, okay, so what do I need to do here, you know? And some fighting games go through that like once or twice a year, man. Street Fighter 6, I think, has gone the most unchanged of like most fighting games I've seen in a very long time.
All right, so we'll stop right there. And I think that's what the other content creator Beam was talking about, is like, because of the lack of changes, it feels like that is literally killing the game. It's not like a Tekken 8 situation where like, oh my God, you made so many changes that we don't even recognize this shit anymore. You're killing the game. No, it's the fact that yes, it's a good game. And that's why you hear that argument. It's almost like a confusion, right? Because you're like, constantly people that are saying it's great are still saying it's shit. You know, it is great. You always hear that. It is great, but, right? You got that big butt. You got that big Sir Mix-a-Lot, that big badonkadonk. That make any sense? Badonkadonk, baby got back, nothing. No, anyway, what I'm trying to say is you hear this like, I don't know, this back and forth with everybody. Everybody will admit that yes, it's a great game, but if they could just update it, if they could spice it up, if they could make us feel like it's not so stale, enjoyable in a new way. Just remove the throw loops or the perfect parry. I know a lot of people got, you know, gripes with a lot of these things, but something. It is a great thing. It's a great game. I believe, obviously I'm a fanboy of 4 because that's when I came back into the FGC, and I have some of my best memories is what I'm trying to say in 4. Ultra and whatnot. But even in 5, I know we hated a lot on 5, but memories wise, the crew was huge, and we went to like all kinds of locals and tournaments. Like memories wise, not necessarily so much the game for me when it comes to 5, but just like everything that 5 did for us in the community at the time, because there was a lot of people thriving. So in a way, I will always have a lot of gratitude for 5 and what it did for the community. But talking specifically for the game, it's crazy because it's the reverse for me. For Street Fighter 6, I appreciate and love this version of the game so much more than 5, but community aspects and my memories are not there. Like everything has shifted so much, locals, everything. And I'm just talking about for me specifically, it's like I don't have those great memories with 6, but I enjoy the game a whole lot more. I just looked this shit up. Street Fighter 6 has sold over 6 million units as of this month. It's already there, right? So I guess that would make sense. That's the whole reason for Max making that damn video. So look, we here. Where's the content? Like, can you imagine if they just drop a bomb on us for Thanksgiving? Well, that's not gonna happen, but just like December something. I'm all for it, man. I am all for this game surviving and the community giving Street Fighter 6 the praise that I feel like it should deserve. We just need Capcom to wake the hell up. I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, the title from the first video, Capcom is killing Street Fighter 6. Do you say yay or nay? Let me know. That is one more time, Butt Check family. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful day right before Thanksgiving. If y'all happen to be in the States, I hope you have a blessed one tomorrow. My goal is to actually post one video tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be of. I'll be obviously spending most of the time with my family, but there's a good chunk of time in the morning that I'll have free, or if I have time tonight, I'll just do one in advance, right? Because I want to do a special one. So either way, from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you. Oh, I wanted to give a special shout out. Shandarian Nelson was a Patreon and actually updated their membership to the $5 pledge. I wanted to give you a shout out, homie. Thank you so much for updating your pledge. Whether you do the Patreon, you know, super thanks, you get a stack of cash, mail it to me, or hire a famous actor, maybe, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney, to come give your boy a back massage, you know, fresh out the shower. Anyway, however you support, Anyway, pick one, preferably the last one. Anyway, however you support the channel, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And as always, y'all, in closing, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, as long as Capcom can get the act together for Street Fighter 6, it's about to get better. Love y'all, family. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Okay. Try not to run. Fade in my mouth.